I know people have been wanting to update on my life and my work and how everything's going. So, first and foremost, I have to state that I was really hoping that I was going to be passable, and I've been really depressed because in my former place, although they only ever heed me, this place seems to have the clue that they're supposed to she me, but as one knows, I really she. So it's one of those things where they say something, but they realize afterwards, oops. And that speaks volumes to me. And I know they're not doing it maliciously. I know they're not doing it to be mean. It's just that's what they see. And I can't fault them on that. So I went through this huge, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks of being depressed, realizing that I'm really not passable. And I know it depressed me. And then I was thinking, what can I do about it? And then I realized not all the transgender women in the world are passable, and maybe I'm just supposed to be one of those girls that's transsexual and seen as that. And then I was thinking, well, maybe it's better to be seen as a transsexual than to be seen as a boy. But then I was thinking, no. None of those is what I want to be seen as. I want to be seen as a woman. I really do. So, I'm definitely giving off the impression that I'm supposed to be seen as a woman. I usually wear nice tops, like all the other girls do, and I always have my hair tied back, like all the other girls do, and so I'm trying my very best, and I realize that I have to work on my voice. I can't think of anything else I can work on. Another thing that's really weird is, for the first time in my life, I'm really, really tall. I mean, and let me explain, I've always been tall, but 6'2" for a guy seems to be, no big. 6'2" for a female, that's a freaking Amazon. And I could deal with being an Amazon, because I can't change the fact that I'm tall. I'm not going to go in for a surgery and say, doctor, could you please, cut out my bones and graft them so that I'm, I could live with being tall. And not everyone sees me as male, but it's clearly, my voice is definitely something I have to work on. I'll give you an example. I was knocking on a resident's door and I was asking if I could come in, and it's like, you can come in, and the woman looks at me, it's like, is there a guy on the other side of the door? I thought I heard a gentleman. Like, no, just me. Oh, are you feeling okay? Your voice is like very, very rough. I'm like, oh, okay. So visually, I give off the proper impression. So yeah, it is definitely a little depressing. Other than that, how's my job been going? Well, I'm still trying to learn how to do it. Before my job, I always relied on working harder, not smarter. I had bronze, I had muscle. I don't have that anymore. I have to learn how to work smarter, not harder. And there's all this paperwork and documentation. And I have trouble with that kind of stuff. And I know eventually it's going to catch up with me. And I'm really nervous and paranoid about that. Especially when you consider the fact that, I'm dealing with a person's life here. If I don't do something, if I forget to do something, it could really harm a person. And that's very nerve-wracking. It's been keeping me up a lot, actually. I don't know why I ever really worried about it before, but this time I really am worried about it. It's weird, I never even really gave it a thought that much. Now it's all I can think about when I'm working. When I'm coming home from work and when I'm about to go to work. I could really fuck someone's life up here. And maybe I'm being melodramatic, maybe I don't know. But that's the way I see things. Yeah. So, that's what's been going on with me. God, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be such a downer. I do find it kind of weird though, because the first time I did this job, the first time I was at STNA, NA, CNA, whatever you want to call them, in Ohio they're STNAs. I felt such a sense of pride and accomplishment, and I was making someone's life better. I was helping people. Something I could be proud of. It's something I could take joy in. I don't feel that this time, and I don't know why. And it's a little depressing to me, actually. Yeah. So, that's kind of what's going on with me, and that's my update. So all these hopes and dreams about coming to a new workplace and being passable have been dashed. But all I could do was ask myself, what choices do I have? Well, I could go back to living as a guy, which really wasn't a choice. But it is a choice, but it's really not. You know what I mean? I could try to work on my voice more. Or I can accept the fact that people will see me as an in-between. And can I live with being seen as in between? Can I live with being seen as a person that people know they should refer to as a she, and people know actually is a he? And I'm still pondering that one. I'm still throwing that thought around in my head. I don't think I have a definitive answer yet. It doesn't sit very well with me, but I definitely don't have a definitive answer on it. But that's kind of where I'm at. And luckily for me, it's a place I knew that I might end up when I started off this journey, destination. And the main thing I guess to look at is, am I happier where I'm at than where I used to be, which is a definite yes. So with that stated, the whole detransitioning really isn't an option. But these are all questions that everyone has to ask themselves going into transition. It's not something to just take lightly. And I'm very fortunate that I did weigh all my options and I did ask myself all these questions. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you guys go because, needless to say, I'm wearing my scrubs. Got my hair tied back, so I gotta get some food in me because